from some of the researchers that they're losing people on their teams because they're not getting funding. It's a critical issue.
In the first 3 months of this year, the Trump administration cut $2.7 billion from the National Institutes of Health research funding. Some of those grants were intended to support Alzheimer's disease research. Leaders with the Alzheimer's Association say now is the time for hope and action. NBC4's Samantha Bender explains the effects of these cuts.
This evening, the Alzheimer's Association of Central Ohio chapter held its Evening of Impact to celebrate advancements emerging in the fight against Alzheimer's and all other forms of dementia, and to shed a light on the critical need for funding.
In the state of Ohio, we have about 236,000 people living with Alzheimer's disease.
Like Pat Krebs.
That is a huge number, and that will exponentially double by 2050. And so as we begin to try to tackle this disease process, it's going to take all of us.
Krebs was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at the age of 61.
This diagnosis was probably the most frightening, the most unwanted, and yet we don't get to pick what happens to us.
Krebs and her husband are using her diagnosis as a platform to help advance the cause. They'll be on Capitol Hill in June with the Alzheimer's Association pushing to get funds reinstated.
We're going to speak to our legislators and our senators and tell them the story and put a face to this disease.
In March, 14 of 35 Alzheimer's disease research centers had their funding halted by the NIH.
Let's research back many years, according to one of our researchers that works with our community, because that funding is paying for salaries and research. And once that's cut, it's very hard to build those programs back up again.
The Alzheimer's Association operates in every county in Ohio. NBC4 anchor Colleen Marshall serving as the newest board member for the Central Ohio chapter.
We're making breakthroughs. We have 2 FDA-approved treatments that are available for those in the early stage of the disease.
But leaders say the work is not done.
We spend over $360 billion a year caring for people with Alzheimer's. It's so important that we do more research, find better treatments, better diagnostics, and eventually find a cure for this disease.
We need to make this priority number one, and being able to look at the funding that is necessary to get us down the road.
I'm told at tonight's gala, the Alzheimer's Association surpassed its goal of $100,000. We'll have more information on how you can donate to Alzheimer's research or get involved on NBC4i.com. Local for you, I'm Samantha Bender, NBC4.